This place, an island. Once this like incredibly private winter playground for America's absolute wealthiest families. So exclusive, so private that, well, a lot of people think deals whispered there really reshaped the country's whole financial system.
But there's maybe more to it. Beyond just the, fancy mansions and beaches. Other secrets.
Exactly. Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're digging into the sources around Jekyll Island, elite secrets and buried mysteries.
Right.
Our goal really is to unpack what the sources tell us, find some surprising facts, maybe some deeper insights about this place, help you understand what actually happened there.
And why it might still matter.
Yeah, why it matters today.
And the sources we have, they really do paint an amazing picture. So many layers of history. Jekyll Island, it wasn't just a fancy retreat for the super rich. It's allegedly, right at the center of shaping national finance.
And it's got these other stories too, right? The more folkloric mysteries.
Exactly. Buried treasure, ghosts.
Yeah.
It's this incredible mix of history and, well, intrigue.
It really is. So, okay, let's go back. Late 1800s, early 1900s. Picture Jekyll Island then.
Yeah.
It was the definition of a private getaway. We're talking about the Jekyll Island Club.
The club.
Seriously, America's richest families. You've got the Vanderbilts, the Morgans, Rockefellers, Pulitzers. They all wintered there.
It was unbelievably exclusive.
And what really jumps out from the sources, for me anyway, is just how secret it all was.
Oh, absolutely. It wasn't just like a luxury hotel. It was a private island.
Yeah.
Designed specifically, the sources say, to keep the press out.
No reporters.
No outsiders, period.
Okay.
Someone described it as more exclusive than the White House.
Wow.
Which gives you an idea. And the feeling you get is that really important deals were done there sort of in shadows.
Away from any public eye.
Completely.
Yeah.
Basically, you needed to own like a major bank or a railroad just to be considered for membership.
Which naturally makes you think,
Yeah.
okay, when people with that much power get together in total secrecy.
What gets decided?
Right. What kinds of policies, maybe not just about money, but other things too, were being quietly shaped behind those closed doors?
It's a huge question. And it leads us right into the most intimate story about Jekyll Island.
The 1910 meeting.
That secret meeting, November 1910, happened right there at the Jekyll Island Club.
And the people involved, I mean, the sources list them out. Senator Nelson Aldrich.
Key political figure.
Right. And then representatives from J.P. Morgan, from Rockefeller, from Warburg. Paul Warburg himself was there.
And Frank Vanderlip, head of National City Bank. Titans, really.
Absolute titans of finance and politics meeting in secret.
And the secrecy, I mean, it was extreme. Our sources make a big deal of this. They traveled using fake names.
Fake names.
Yep. And apparently, even Congress had absolutely no idea this meeting was happening.
That's incredible.
It is. And when you look at what came out of it, this seemingly casual gentleman's retreat.
Yeah.
Well, this group drafted the actual plan, the plan that became the Federal Reserve Act of 1913.
So they basically created America's central banking system.
That's what the sources point to. They laid the groundwork for it in complete secrecy, which, raises some pretty fundamental questions about democratic oversight when it comes to finance.
Oh, absolutely. And, well, you can guess what happened next. It sparked some really strong criticism, didn't it?
It certainly did. A lot of sources argue that the 1910 meeting was basically, and this is a quote, a private coup by bankers to control the U.S. economy.
A coup! That's strong language.
It is. But you can see how that level of secrecy would feed those kinds of accusations.
There's another quote that really sticks out, something like,
The greatest trick the bankers ever pulled was convincing Congress to hand over America's money supply on Jekyll Island.
That's the one. It captures that critical perspective perfectly.
And writers who were critical of the Fed, people like Eustace Mullins, he was a well-known conspiracy theorist, they argue the Fed was deliberately created in secret, specifically to benefit the big banks, to consolidate their power, not necessarily for the good of the general public.
So it makes you pause and think, right? Given how much power the Federal Reserve has today, was it really set up just for financial stability? Or was it more about, like the critics say, concentrating economic power in, private hands?
It's a debate that still goes on, really. A core question about its origins.
So, okay, the Fed story is huge, obviously, very weighty. But Jekyll Island seems to have this other layer too, right? This sort of aura of the unexplained.
Yeah, it does. It's like all that history of elite secrecy kind of made it a magnet for other mysteries too, ethereal ones.
So beyond the, real world power plays, you hear these tales of buried treasure.
That's right. Legends, anyway. Rumors of pirate treasure hidden somewhere along the coast under the sand.
Linked to pirates like Blackbeard.
Yeah, exactly. People like Blackbeard were definitely active along the Georgia coast back in the 18th century. So it adds this other layer, another kind of hidden wealth story to the island.
Okay, so buried gold, and then there are the ghosts.
Right, shifting from gold to lingering spirits. People talk about the ghosts of the elite.
Seriously?
Yeah, local talk about haunted mansions. There's one called Villa Mariana, apparently known for specific sightings. And people report hearing whispers and strange sounds in the old club hotel itself.
It almost makes you wonder if some of those powerful figures just never left.
Well, that's the folklore. Visitors apparently report weird things, sudden cold spots, hearing voices or whispers when no one's there.
Wow.
And even seeing like shadowy figures dressed in old-fashioned vintage clothing. The belief is, these are the spirits of the old elite members still walking the grounds.
So you have the historical facts, the Fed meeting, and then these enduring tales of treasure and ghosts.
It shows Jekyll Island as this place where maybe the line between past power and present mystery feels really thin.
Yeah.
It hints that maybe real influence, can stick around unseen long after the actual people are gone.
So pulling this all together, Jekyll Island is clearly this place with immense historical weight, wrapped up in all these layers of secrecy, and, well, definitely touched by some enduring mystery.
It really is. It kind of forces you to think about how much influence can actually be wielded, away from the public eye.
And how those actions can just keep echoing through history.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe Jekyll Island today is just what it looks like. A beautiful tourist spot, nice beaches, bike trails.
Maybe not.
Or maybe it's still a place where the real heart of American power kind of hides. In the shadows, behind those old marble walls.
And maybe in systems that nobody actually voted for.
Something to think about.